Prologue. In a remote town, long abandoned by time, stood an ancient house that no one dared to mention aloud. Its windows remained sealed shut, and the doors looked as if they had been nailed closed for generations. The townsfolk whispered of one rule: never step inside after dark. But of course, it's those very places that lure in those hungry for fear. Chapter 1. The Dare. One chilly autumn evening, three friends, Alex, Mark, and Lily, chose to test an old legend. Rumors claimed the house once belonged to a family that mysteriously vanished in a single night. Neighbors spoke of screams, and when daylight came, only blood-soaked furniture was left inside. No bodies were ever recovered. Alex pulled a key from his pocket, one he had found in his grandmother's attic. "They say this key opens the door," he murmured. Lily shivered. "You can't be serious about going there at night." Mark smirked. "When else? Only at night does the truth reveal itself." Chapter 2. Crossing the Threshold. They stepped inside at midnight. The door moaned open with a dreadful creak, and a wave of cold struck their faces. The air smelled of rot and dampness. The first thing they noticed was a dusty clock frozen at 03:15. The rooms were filled with unsettling details. Portraits of faceless figures lined the walls. Forgotten children's toys cluttered the hallway beneath layers of dust. In the living room stood a full-sized mirror, but it reflected only darkness, not their images. "This isn't right," Lily whispered. At that moment, the mirror shivered, revealing something standing directly behind them. Chapter 3. The Murmurs. The house seemed to awaken. Heavy footsteps echoed from the ceiling, though the upper floor had long since collapsed. Whispers surrounded them. "Why have you come? Now you stay." Alex flicked on his flashlight, but its beam sputtered, as if unseen hands tried to smother it. Mark realized the shadows on the walls were moving out of sync with their own. Panic rising, they made a choice to split up and search for a way out. That choice sealed their fate. Chapter 4. The Trapped. Mark entered what looked like a nursery. A crib stood in the corner, cradling a doll with hollow sockets where eyes should be. The door slammed shut behind him. Children's laughter echoed. When he turned, the doll was gone. In its place stood the shape of a little girl. "Will you play with me?" she asked, though her lips never moved. Alex wandered into the basement. The walls beneath his hands were carved with scratches. "You can't leave. We are still here." His light swept across the far corner, revealing a crowd of faceless figures. One by one, they turned toward him. Lily remained in the hallway. The walls seemed to breathe, the corridors shrinking. Hands burst from the paintings, reaching toward her. She screamed, but her voice was swallowed by a rising chorus of whispers. Chapter 5. When the clock struck 3. The frozen hands of the clock trembled, shifting to 03 o'clock. Then the house truly awoke. Every doorway vanished, leaving only bare walls. Blood seeped from cracks across the floor, spreading quickly. In the mirror, the family that once lived there appeared, bodies decayed, eyes wide open, staring directly at the friends. Reunited, Alex, Mark, and Lily stood together again, but between them loomed a towering figure dressed in black. It had no face, only a hollow void. "You were meant to come," its voice echoed inside their minds. "All who enter remain part of this house." Final. Gone forever. By dawn, the house stood silent again. Its doors were shut, as though nothing had happened. But something new had appeared. 3 fresh portraits now hung on the walls, the faces of Alex, Mark, and Lily gazing outward. The clock no longer showed 03:15. It had stopped at 03:16. And those who passed by at night swore they saw silhouettes in the window, silently begging for help.